welcome back. See if you can guess what part of our amazing bodies we're learning about today. Snails carry around their house on their backs. It grows as they grow, it goes where they go. In some ways, a bit like a caravan. What useful thing do humans carry around everywhere? A cushion. Yes, our bottom is a bit like a cushion that we carry around. We always have somewhere to sit, so long as the ground isn't too wet. Actually, we don't just carry it around. The muscles that make up our behind are really quite amazing. Muscles make up almost half of our weight. Involuntary muscles, like our heart, move without us thinking about it. Voluntary muscles, such as in our arms or our legs, well, those we decide when we want to move them. The largest muscle is called the gluteus maximus. Say, gluteus maximus. It's the muscle under the skin and fat in your behind. It helps you to walk and to stand, and when it's time to sit, it's there for you. Some say the gluteus maximus is the most powerful muscle in the human body. There are three main muscles that make up our behind. Now, you know that it's a bit rude to talk about the size of somebody's bottom, but the fact is, we all have a gluteus maximus, and a gluteus medius, and even a gluteus minimus. Muscles are mostly water, about 75%, so sitting on your bottom is a bit like sitting on a waterbed, which is maybe why some of you keep on wriggling so much. Anyhow, over to Jess with a challenge.
Welcome to my special challenge. Now, athletes use lots of different types of exercise to warm up all the different muscles in their body. And today we're going to do a squat challenge, which warms up all the different muscles in your legs. So my friend is going to time me 1 minute and we'll see how many squats I can do. I wonder how many you can do. Ready?
Go.
Go!
Halfway there. Three, two, one. Stop.
Phew! 1 minute up. I wonder how many you managed to do.
Thank you, Jess. I hope you enjoyed that game. Did you have a good workout? Hope your muscles are feeling good. Our muscles are amazing. Did you realise that there's lots and lots of muscles in our body that are working all the time and we don't even know about it? For example, now I'm sitting down. I expect you're sitting down too, aren't you? You may be sitting on a chair or you might be sitting on the floor. But do you realise that even just while you're sitting, there are muscles all over your body working? There are muscles that are keeping you upright so that you don't just collapse. There are muscles working every time you blink. Shall we blink together? There are muscles working every time I open my mouth. And of course, every movement there are muscles. We of course don't have to think about that. If we put up our hand, we don't have to think about the muscles, we just think about putting up our hand. But our brains are so amazing that they know how to send messages to the right bits of the body. If we decide to put up our hand, they make the muscles do what they've got to do. Sometimes we do need to concentrate a bit more on what we're doing with our muscles. For example, have you ever tried balancing on a beam or balancing on something, balancing on one leg? Then you really do have to concentrate. Or if maybe you're running really fast or walking up a hill, then you maybe have to think a little bit more about your muscles. It would be a fun thing to do, to just think to yourself as you're walking to lunch, see if you could work out all the different muscles you're using just going from your classroom to your lunch place. For quite a lot of actions with our muscles, you actually have muscles working in pairs. Let me give you an example of what I mean. If I was to take Gromit here, when I lift him up, I'm using my arm muscles, aren't I, as I lift him up, yeah? And I've got here my biceps and here my triceps. But the way they work together is that one of them, this one, has to work and this one has to let go and relax. And then when I put it down, this one has to work and that one has to let go and relax. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? There are quite a few things in life where we have to learn to work, but we also have to learn to relax and stop working. It's story time now, and in our story today there's two sisters, and one of them's got a lot to learn about stopping working.
Jesus and his friends arrived in the village of Bethany.
Come in everyone. Wipe your feet, excuse my hair and never mind the mess.
They were invited to stay at the house of a man called Lazarus.
Do sit down. I'm sorry I can't shake hands. I'm up to my elbows in cooking.
Lazarus had two sisters, Martha and Mary. Martha was a wonderful hostess. Almost too wonderful, really. Martha bustled around. She almost wore herself out with her kindness.
Now what would you like to drink? Tea, coffee, milk, hot chocolate? I've got something stronger if you'd like it. Does anyone take sugar?
Been quite an adventure on the road, hasn't it, boys?
Yeah.
It's taken us a long time to get here. We arrived through Samaria, where we met a woman at a well. She was in the hot day's sun, and we spoke to her for some time. Well, I did. You guys had gone to get the lunch. You know, Mary's my mother's name.
I know. You must really believe in the work to leave your family behind.
I do, and it hasn't been easy, but it's what God has called me to do, and it really is important.
Just then, the kitchen door burst open and Martha appeared with her hands full of
pretty good
dishes.
adventures.
Here we are. Sorry to keep you waiting. Who wants soup? Who wants stew? And does anyone want both? I've got fish if you prefer. Does anyone not like cabbage?
Well, she's gone.
Jesus went on, quietly talking to Mary. You see, God must come first in my life. He must come even before my mother and brothers, much as I loved them.
More than anything, are the people.
Jesus, will you please tell my sister to stop sitting on the floor like a lovesick teenager and come help me with the chores? Can't she see how busy I am?
Martha, you have been wonderfully kind. You are working so hard and the food looks delicious. But your sister, she's a thoughtful girl. Look at her. She doesn't often get a chance to talk. She's far better off sitting and learning what God has to say and to share with her than rushing around bothering about the food. Do sit down.
You're right, Master. I should have known we'd be quite all right with cheese and biscuits. Then we all could have relaxed.
Never mind. Let's enjoy the food together now. Have a good talk, and then I'll give you a hand with the washing up.
Did you notice how Jesus valued both sisters? But still he pointed out that to rest and to listen to what he had to say was more important than rushing around like Martha did. Sometimes I know I'm a bit like Martha, rushing around all over the place. It makes me irritable with my children, and I often don't give them enough of my time. Christians believe that the Bible is God's word. In Psalm 1, which is like a poem, God promises that people who follow his instructions are like trees that grow beside a stream, that make fruit at the right time, and whose leaves do not dry up. They can succeed in everything they do. We need to think carefully about how we spend our time. God has given us amazing bodies, and we should use them well. It's hard to sit in silence. We need to work to make our hearts and minds quiet. Listening to quiet music can help. I love to visit my local park. It's in the picture behind me. I find the trees and the lake keep me calm. Could you try to find some time each day to sit in silence and think about something you have learnt? Dear Lord, thank you that we are so wonderfully made. Thank you for our amazing muscles, for our ability to run, stand still and sit. Thank you for work and for rest. Help us to find time to rest when we need it, so that we can remember that it is most important to be at peace, even when we work, and to share that peace with others. Amen.